Okay. Welcome back, guys. I apologize for not being there again, but if you haven't heard, my daughter was at the hospital for the last several days, and we just got her released yesterday. So I'm at home taking care of her, along with my wife and son. So I'll give you guys more details when I get back, but for right now, just make sure you're doing what you should be doing. All right, today, journal number 15. Go ahead and answer that. We're going to be talking about something called genetic engineering today, and this is defined as changing the DNA to get a particular result. All right, normally we get our DNA just from natural processes like meiosis and genetics, where it's passed on from one generation to the next. We now have the power to create organisms that don't exist. Okay, we can actually put pieces of DNA from a variety of different things together and create organisms that would not have been created on their own. So answer a couple questions real quick, and then we're going to jump right into today's material, which I guarantee you will find interesting, or at least I hope so. Try to keep an open mind about it as we talk about it. So if you need to pause it, get the journal answered, and then get your notes ready, we'll jot down a couple real quick things, but a lot of today is looking at little video clips. I don't think I showed you guys this, but I showed my anatomy class. This was Anna the last 3 days or so. So again, she basically had a severe virus called rotavirus, and which in most people just creates some nausea and upset stomach and vomiting and diarrhea. With Anna, she got severely dehydrated, and so we had to take her to the hospital Sunday night, and that's why I haven't been here this week. So I apologize, but we'll move on. All right, last time we were talking about controlling genes, and hopefully you talked a little bit about cloning. So today we're going to get into something called genetic engineering. One type of genetic engineering is called cloning, which is quite a bit different than what is shown on the movies. The movies depict cloning as you walk into a room or you go into some sort of device and ding, you've got a clone that is exactly like you, that has everything, your memories, your talents. It's basically a carbon copy of you, and that is absolutely wrong. All right, the clones that we are creating, most of them obviously are animals. There are some scientists pursuing human embryo cloning, which is totally controversial, I would think. But the idea behind cloning is it's a way of creating genetic identicals to the original. And the problem with this is right here. All right, there's no variety, and so if something affects one of them, it's going to affect all of them. And we have proposed this as a technology to save endangered animals. The problem with that is you're just going to have a whole bunch of copies of the same animal. And so you're not introducing more variety. Yes, there's more, let's say, cheetahs, but that doesn't really increase the population, okay? Because it's basically the same organism repeated many times, and so you don't have that variety like a normal population should. The second type, and this is really what we want to focus on today, is something called transgenics, or recombinant DNA. Both of these give you the sense that we're putting things together, combining DNA. Trans means across. So I'm taking sections of DNA from one organism with something that we want, and I'm putting it into the DNA of a totally different organism. I'm going to show you a couple different clips today that is going to show some results of this. Okay, could this technology potentially be used to create superhumans? Well, it's not as far-fetched as we thought. Okay, so we're going to be maybe looking into that a little bit. The results of this are called GMOs, and if you've taken FFA, I'm sure Mr. Sloan's talked about this, but GMOs are genetically modified organisms which are not quote-unquote natural. We have created them for a singular purpose. Okay, at this point, what you're going to need to do is find the genetic engineering video link on the desktop. So you'll need to minimize this video and find the genetic engineering video link on the desktop, and we're going to take a look at several clips right in a row. Depending on how much time we have, we'll determine how many of them you're going to get to see, but hopefully you'll be able to see all of them because each one has something, I don't know, controversial, hopefully thought-provoking, but when we get back together next week, hopefully you'll have something to discuss. Before we watch the video clip though, I want to remind everybody that you need to make sure that you're logging on to Moodle. And what your homework was, just a quick reminder, is as a student, you should be looking at where it says cloning controversy, genetic ethics assignment link. Okay, if you locate that and click on it, it will show you 5 questions. Each of these questions you need to answer. They're all opinions, but each one should be a small paragraph. Here is the rubric of how they will be graded. Each one is 10 points. So this is a 50-point assignment, and it's entirely in your control. You need to put all the answers on a Word document or some sort of text document, and you want to upload this no later than Friday. Anything after Friday, by midnight, anything after Friday is going to be considered late. I'll still accept it, but there will be points taken off for that. Okay, so you want to go to the genetic engineering video link, and let's take a look at some of these. You guys may need to adjust the volume at times. I trust that you'll be able to do that. All right, see you next time.